figures. I want today to be a lot more of our guided practice or of you practicing and then me helping, okay? Because I think this should be pretty easy for us because all we're doing is dividing figures into equal parts. So I think it should be pretty easy, but I want to make sure that we completely understand it. So I have two problems for us that we're going to do together. Okay. I'm going to have you do them first, and then we will talk about them. Okay. So kind of like what I usually do in small group where I have you do it first and then we talk about it. So we're going to kind of do it the same way. Okay. So my first one, so you don't have to write this part, okay? I'm just going to write this part. Draw two different ways to separate each of the shapes into 8 equal sections. Okay. All right, so here's the part you are going to write. I'm going to draw, I'm going to write in black if just I'm going to write it, and then purple if y'all need to write it. Sounds good? So that way you know what you need to write. Okay. All right. Say that again, Kason.
You have to write that.
Kason, what did I just say?
I can't hear you. My thing is glitching.
Okay, well, turn me up then. If I write in black, you don't need to write it. If I write in purple, you're going to write it. Okay. So you need to draw your two shapes. All right, how can you divide those shapes into 8 equal sections? So I want you to show me, how can you divide those shapes into 8 equal sections? How can you divide those shapes into 8 equal sections?
What are we supposed to write?
Just this part. Just draw the shapes, Walter. Draw the shapes and then divide them into 8 equal sections in 2 different ways. So draw 2 different ways to separate each of the shapes into 8 equal sections. So how can you divide these into 8 equal sections? How can you divide into 8 equal sections? All right. When you're done, I want you to hold up to the camera so I can see what you did. When you're done, hold it up to the camera so I can see what you did. Good job, Katya. Good job, Tony. Good job, Tristan. Good job, Miles. Good job, Isabella. Good job, Kason. So hold it up to the screen. I want to see what you did. How'd you divide up this shape? How'd you divide it up? Into two different ways. You should divide it up 2 different ways into 8 equal sections. Good job, Annette. Good job, Holly. Good job, Grace. Good job, Bianca. All right, so let's see. Tristan, what's one way I could divide up one of these squares into 8 equal sections?
Into 2 lines of 4.
Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a line in the middle. Yeah. Okay. So I have 8. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good, I have 8. All right, so now let's do the next one. Tony, how else could I divide it up?
Eight sideways lines.
Okay, I could do it sideways. Sideways like this or sideways like this? Diagonal? Okay. So I could go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
But Michelle, that's not equal. That's not equal.
Hold on, Walter.
We can't do it.
I know. Hold on. Okay.
Actually is.
So listen. So I've seen a few of us that have done it like this. So I want us to think about something, okay? So, and Tony, you're not the only one. I'm not calling you out, okay? So when I look at it like this, I want you to think about this word equal, okay? I want you to think about this one and this one. Are they the same shape as this?
No.
Yes. No.
They have
No.
put them
They're
together.
not, right? So this looks more like a rectangle, kind of like a sideways rectangle, and these are triangles. So technically, they would not be considered equal, okay? So technically, they would not be considered equal, okay? Because these are triangles and this is more like a sideways rectangle, okay? I've seen a few of us, there were actually quite a few of us that did it this way. So I'm glad that Tony had brought it up that way because I wanted y'all to know that technically this is not equal. Yes, Raiden, yes, Grace, you can go to the bathroom. Thank you, Tony, for bringing it up so we could talk about it. All right, Sarah, give me one more.
Michelle, I said that they weren't equal.
I know. No, I said thank you, Tony, for telling us to do it diagonally because then that helped us learn.
You do it straight lines.
This way?
Yeah.
Okay, so I could go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. And then all of those would be considered equal, right? All of those would be considered
We
equal.
have to do it 3 ways.
Huh? No, I just did it 3 ways to show y'all. I just did it 3 ways to show you that there's multiple different ways to do it. All right, you ready? We got one more and then we're gonna move on. So remember, if I write in black, you don't have to write it. So draw the box.
Miss Chandler, I have to tell you quick that my power's about to go out.
Okay. It's okay, Bianca. Draw 2 different ways to separate each of the shapes into 3 equal sections. Bianca, just get back on when you can, okay? So draw 2 different ways to separate each of the shapes into 3 equal sections. So this time, we're going to have rectangles going this direction.
Those are more like squares.
Yeah, they're kind of more like squares, but they're not squares. They're still rectangles. Okay?
Whatever you said.
Okay. So show me how you can divide this into 3 equal sections. How can you divide it into 3 equal sections? How can you divide it into 3 equal sections?
Battery's at 6.
Did you find your charger?
No.
Okay. Holly, you may just have to you may just have to wait until the computer dies, and then once it dies, you may have to go see if you can go find your charger somewhere, okay?
Okay.
Do this with us, and then when I let you go to independent math, you can go try.
My camera's broken.
All right, so once you are done, once you have divided it into 3 equal sections, hold it up so I can see it. Ooh, good job, Holly. Good job, Grace. Kason, remember what we said about those diagonal lines? We just talked about that. Remember? Because then we get triangles on the end, and those triangles do not equal this middle part. Good job, Walter. Camila, I think I saw yours and it looked good. But you held it up really fast. Good job, Tony. Good, Camila. Good job, Miles. Waiting on a few more people. Good job, Kason. Good job, Annette. All right. So who can raise their hand and tell me what is one way I could divide these rectangles up? Miles, can you give me one way? Miles, can you tell me? You did such a good job. Can you tell me how can I divide these up?
Make it half this way and then half this way.
Oh, but how many sections is that, Miles? Isn't that 4, right? And I only want 3. So could I
I got
go?
I got away.
Oh, hold on. I'm letting Miles go. Can I go sideways? Could I do this way, Miles?
I know.
Okay. Do I need one more line?
You can do it this way and then this way.
Okay. So I could do it this way. And then I have 1, 2, 3. Okay. What is another way that I could do it? Grace, what's another way that I could do it?
Just to remind you and make sure that's still good for you.
Straight down.
Okay, I could do 3 lines.
All right, thank you, James. Y'all have a great day.
1, 2. And so then this makes 1, 2,
Just kidding.
3. And then they're all equal, right? Awesome. All right. So
That's what I did.
it's okay if it's a little different. All right. So, all right, so now we're gonna move on to our independent practice. Your independent practice should be pretty easy. It's actually literally exactly what we just did, okay?
Yeah, but I don't understand one thing about the independent practice.
What don't you understand?
So what size is in each piece? What does that mean?
Walter, remember? Look, what'd I tell you?
Oh, that thing. That thing's easy. Okay.
Yeah, so it's just that. It's just that in the middle, okay? All right, so your